Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Avengers controller Build-A-Figure wave. The Build-A-Figure video itself, this is the controller, and as you can see, he is all in pieces, and I will be putting him together in pieces. The cool thing about it is that we actually get an additional pair of hands with the Build-A-Figure. It doesn't always happen, but it's cool when they do stuff like this. Now this guy kind of reminds me a little bit of Thanos in its look, and I know there was some storylines where Thanos was involved and things like that, but I will do a comparison with the Thanos figure to see what parts were used from Thanos and what might be new. I'm thinking most of it is new, but maybe not the legs. We'll kind of see, but let's put this bad boy together. I've had a couple of these pieces forever, but finally got to finish the wave. So let's start with the legs. This looks like the right leg. We're going to pop that on. Boom, like so. The left leg, we're going to pop that on, boom, like so. The leg, see this? So this is kind of having that Korg effect. Oh, well, maybe not so much. It seemed like at first the legs just wanted to really stay apart, but it doesn't seem like it's so much an issue now. Let me go and raise up a little bit here. Let's get the arms. It looks like this is the right arm. Have to pop that peg into the shoulder. May have to hinge it a little bit. There we go. And then pop that in. Oh yeah, he's looking mighty beefy. We get the left arm there. Got him in like so. So here is our controller Build-A-Figure so far. And then we get the head and we pop that head on like so. Ooh, is that how it is? It's kind of high up on that neck. Like you see a little bit of gap in there. I don't know how I feel about that. Looks like it's pegged all the way in. That's kind of funky though. Anyway, here is the control. Yeah, see that head looks like it's super high, right? Oh, something about it. The head sculpt is amazing though, but something about that. So let me cut off the screen. Let's see if I can put that neck back on there, and then we will get out Thanos and do a side-by-side. Okay, so to get a quick side-by-side out of the way of the controller and Thanos, they use the same legs. So the knee to the hip is actually the same. Torso is different, and then the shoulder and the upper arm, the bicep, are going to be the same. Forearms are different, boots are different, torso is different, but again, this hip piece is the same, and then the knee on up. So there is some reuse, of course, but not a huge amount of reuse. You can see controller is actually taller than Thanos by quite a bit, and some of that is because the head, in my opinion, sits too high up on that neck, and I will show you guys that as we take a closer look at the controller. But I wanted to get that Thanos comparison out of the way there. So again, bicep and shoulder, knee on up to the hip, and that is it. Forearms, hands, boots, and head and torso is actually different. This shield piece might be the same, but the torso is different because, as you can see, the gold lines on Thanos are actually part of the sculpt. So retooling, or whatever you want to call it, you know, maybe that's how they do it. But that actual shield there, is the same piece. That collar piece, that is the same. Okay, so here is an up close look at the controller. Look at that head sculpt. Damn, the sculpting of it, those lines in his face and everything just looks fantastic. The paint apps on here, really, really good. I think he came out looking great. The metallic blue is awesome and everything, but I think his head sits a little too high up on his neck. That might just be me, but you know, when popping the head on there, it just feels like it should go down a little bit lower. So that's just kind of unfortunate. The metallic blue of the armor looks really nice. The shading on this guy is kind of okay. Like, I see what, you know, Hasbro was doing, but then it just, you know, when it's not throughout the rest of the figure, it just looks weird. Like, none of that shading. Well, I guess on the bicep and the shoulder we actually did get some on the back, but his actual back, nothing, and then the back of the legs, nothing. But they use like this turquoise-ish blue there in the front of the legs, a little bit on his chest, and then the shoulder, the bicep, and everything. It doesn't look terrible, but I also don't think it looks fantastic. It's not, you know, changing the game or anything like that, but I think it works well enough. But the metallic blue on this guy is really nice. Looking at the palm, the inside of the hands, nice texture, sculpt detail in there. Looks awesome. Here we have the slave discs or the control discs in his right hand. It'd be cool if they were like if we had actual like accessories, but they're tiny. I don't know if they could have gotten away with doing something like that. But it's cool that we actually get a hand with them sculpted in there. And again, he does come with fists that you can swap out. These look pretty good. Whoops, as I drop them. But we have these fists, so we can swap out the hands. That's pretty cool. It's going to be pretty easy. As you can see, though, the peg is actually really, really shallow. So when you actually port that in, it's hard to take advantage of the hinge of the hand in some regards. You don't get a whole lot of range of motion because of that. But let's pop that off. Let's pop one of these fists on there. And again, that peg really, really short. And then like so, we have the hand there. But it looks like with the hand, you should be able, the fist, you should be able to kind of use that hinge a little bit more so than the open hand. But yeah, there is the controller. The metallic blue, I think, looks fantastic. Head is a little too high up, but he looks pretty good. So now let's check out his articulation. Okay, so let's see what the controller can do. To look down, he can only look down so much. The head is on a dumbbell joint, so not a hinge, so it makes it a little bit difficult looking up. That's pretty much all that he can do, but you can get some insane pivot on the neck going on, then full rotation, of course. Shoulder, you can get the shoulder to go straight on out like so. Now, the tricky part for the full rotation, you got to watch out for the armor, but it's there. You do have an upper bicep swivel in there, not a whole lot. You can't really get it to move all the way around. Single jointed elbow with a swivel actually at the elbow as well. You can tell which way the elbow is supposed to go because you actually get sculpted detail in the glove that's actually going to go on the bottom, because this will allow a little bit more range of motion when you have it turned that way. So that much bend at that elbow, not a whole lot, but if I twist it around, you get even less. So there is that. It's just, yeah, not a lot of range of motion in that elbow, unfortunately. So we have an ab crunch here on the controller, so he can crunch forward that much, not a whole lot. He can go back actually quite a bit there. And then the inside the ab, they kind of stopped with the muscle definition, so it does look a little bit smooth, a little bit odd in there. We have a waist swivel. You got to watch out for that belt. That belt is like glued on. There's some grooves in there that went along with this skirt piece that Thanos had. They kind of clipped into certain sections, and that's actually there under that belt. So just a heads up on that. Legs go out that far apart. He can't kick forward that much, not a huge amount, doesn't really go back. So earlier I had mentioned, you know, like my Korg Build-A-Figure, if you guys watched the video, the legs always just wanted to kind of spread out. It keeps doing that for this leg. As you can see, it goes right back on out. It's kind of weird. It's just this hip piece, his right side, that wants to do that, and I don't know if over time I can get that to kind of loosen up, or if I get rubber bands and hold them in place, that it'll do that eventually, but it just keeps wanting to go out to the side a little bit every time. Ooh, maybe I fixed it. No, because it's still ever so slightly. See, there it goes. So just a heads up on that if that's something that yours is going to be doing. Upper thigh swivel where the leg connects. Oh, it is pinless, by the way. So pinless double jointed knee gives us that much bend at the knee. There is no boot swivel on this guy. Foot is the foot hinge is pretty much stuck on my left foot. You can actually get it to hinge down all the way. So just a heads up on it being stuck a little bit and not wanting to now hinge back forward. Tiny bit up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So a little bit stiff there. I just pinched my finger, but there is the controller, and again you have these swappable hands. So the controller is a classic Iron Man villain, so the only side-by-side that I'll be showing here is with the Iron Man figure from this wave. As you can see, he is just towering over regular figures, and you saw how much taller he was actually compared to Thanos, which, you know, again, they use some of the same parts and stuff. It's just that, you know, these boots, these lower legs, make him taller. So, you know, again, he's a beefy guy for sure. Okay, and here is the entire controller Build-A-Figure wave. So we have Thor, Iron Man, Quake, and Maria Hill, if you get a couple multiples of that figure. Madam Hydra, Blue Marvel, US Agent, and Speedball. If I were to rank the figures in this wave, I would go Thor number 1, Iron Man number 2, Quake number 3, US Agent number 4, Blue Marvel number 5, Speedball number 6, Madam Hydra number 7, because Madam Hydra is just such a disappointment. But you know, I could probably swap out Speedball and Madam Hydra anytime. You know, if I'm asked at a different time. If I were to include the controller Build-A-Figure, he'd probably be number 4 or 5. Probably number 5 after US Agent. Yeah. So it's a solid figure for sure. You know, classic characters always very cool to get. We get some Iron Man villains and things like that. You know, especially for a controller that I don't think has had a figure released ever before. So it's always cool when they could do that. You know, some clever reuse from the Thanos deluxe figure. But this one's kind of a hodgepodge of characters. You know how often Marvel does that, Hasbro does that. Not usually a whole lot. You know, usually there's some kind of theme wave where you get some heavy hitters for sure. Whereas here, I think, you know, Iron Man and Thor, obviously the heavy hitters. U.S. Agent, you know, coming off of Falcon and the Winter Soldier a year ago. Thunderbolt's getting revealed now. The Quake and Maria Hill, that's an awesome one that collectors would be picking up. Probably army building and things like that. The other ones I think are going to be tough. You know, I think you're going to see Madam Hydra, Speedball, Blue Marvel definitely peg warming the shelves and the peg hooks in stores. When this wave will actually hit stores even, who even knows what's going on? You know, Entertainment Earth, as far as I know, is the only retailer to have gotten the wave. I don't know if Dorkside or Big Bad Toy Store have gotten them yet. I saw on Twitter that Amazon changed the delivery date for this wave to October 1st, so hopefully soon we'll see those. I think Target is gearing up to do a new reset pretty soon. Hopefully we'll see this wave show up in stores, and then hopefully we'll see the Disney Plus wave, the Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure wave will be showing up, but we'll see. But anyway, enough of that. In this video, this review of the Avengers controller Build-A-Figure wave, let me know down in the comments below how you would rank the wave. What do you think of the controller Build-A-Figure wave? Are you picking up all of them up to build him, or are you passing and hopefully building them later on? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that join button to become a channel member and be a part of the MCU collective. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.